Hi, honeys. Welcome back to Honey, Let's Heal. Everybody's here today.
Whoop, whoop.
Hello.
If our faces are beet red, it's because we just got roasted by Natasha's son, and we
Oh my
all laughed
God.
way too hard, and so we thought we better start the
Tears
podcast on
were
this energy.
flowing.
Tears were flowing. I couldn't breathe. My cough was insane. I love getting made fun of. I don't know. You got to make noise so they can see you. Oh, well, okay. What do we
We
got
ready?
today? Yeah, for real.
Okay. This is a little one. Probably not.
Good.
Oh, we already did mama trauma.
We did do Mama Trauma.
Okay.
It's funny that it came out because it's premiering today.
Yeah, and we're talking about it.
Kara, you missed it. It was really good. You'll have to rewatch it.
Okay.
Um, I'm trying to think if there was the only thing at the beginning is like, God, I wish Kara was here so she could like anchor both of us because Natasha and I are both like, oh my God, great.
All the things.
All the things. Okay, we got a new one.
Okay.
Oh, it's a long one.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. This will be interesting.
Okay.
Pornography.
Oh. Men, women, what does that say?
Men, women, and like the cycle of how
Mm,
pornography feeds into disconnection.
yeah. Yep, yep. Gosh, where do we even
Interesting.
start with that one? Um, I mean, we all came of age when pornography was not as accessible as it is now, right? Like
Right.
anyone can bring it up. I never looked at it as a kid, except where I was like curious or confused, and then I would just get flustered and be like, this is not for me, you
Yeah.
know?
Or like embarrassed.
Totally.
Yeah.
Or like, I should not be seeing those parts of her. Like, put
Yeah.
clothes
Or
on.
him.
Right, totally. Or like, oh, that's not that's an interesting looking situation.
um, I think what like the basis of it when we were talking was just looking at the role that pornography has played in um, women's feelings or needs of thinking that they have to perform in order to find a mate
Mm,
or a partner. And then also the male end of them not having to maybe um, put forth the effort, or them not even really knowing maybe how to communicate or approach women because it's been through this means of social media of I can get what I want to on this screen, so then
right.
I don't have to interact or communicate with women or even to communicate in a healthy way.
Yeah.
I have a friend that is in the dating scene as a single mom, and she will send us screenshots of like, look
Oh,
at what this person said, like this really, because there's just
yeah.
this huge disconnection of not having to, or maybe not even with men not even feeling like they need to put forth any effort
Right.
because they can have their cake and eat it too,
Totally.
or just these very like impulsive responses where there's not communication or getting to know each other.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just very geared towards sex
Right.
and just the derogatory conversation that comes
Yeah.
with
It's
connections like that.
I got off the apps like 5 years ago now. I said I was like, okay, this is like, God, if someone is supposed to come into my life, you're gonna have to make them like literally run into me because this isn't working for me. But it like
Yeah.
everyone led with sex, and it's like that's not gonna work for me because nope, nope, not
Mm-hmm.
doing that, not doing that again, not making that mistake again. Um, for me, like growing up, um, I don't think women understand their power there, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
power dynamic, like um that's really tough. That like makes my stomach turn. Um, I don't know how to put it into words right though. Like, sorry, I just feel like I want to throw up, so let me just take a minute.
Well, so when I think of it too, it's like um when we look at like OnlyFans and things
Right.
like that, like it's a majority of women, right,
Right.
are
Right.
making money off of um taking pictures or videos of themselves in, you know, sexy clothes, nude,
Right.
um, or
Feet
in,
pics.
yeah, photography, or in like what's the right word? It's all just very sexualized, right? So
Yeah.
women
And
are making money.
sensationalized. Yeah.
Yes. So women are making money off of this,
Right.
right? As a means to provide for themselves. Um, Men are feeding it by purchasing. So then we
Right.
have this cycle of also women, well, where are all the good men at?
Right.
Well, I don't know, they're fucking Venmoing you. Like, or maybe they used to be. But you know, there's this imbalance of, well, what do you want? Do you want like the knight in shining armor? Do you want the guy that's going to come to your door and give you flowers or open the door for you and take you out for supper and like court you and do
Right.
those things? But we're not setting a standard or an expectation for men to do that by just giving all of our physical body to them
Yeah.
for them to then um, meet their sexual needs and desires.
Right.
So there's this huge like disconnection of what do you really want versus
Right.
what are you doing to contribute to kind of like the downfall of us socially right now as a society, because then we
Yeah.
are building and creating younger men that are just thinking, well, if I want to see boobs,
Right.
all I have to do is go online. And like this is funny because Andy Frisella was talking about it a couple days ago on a podcast. He was like,
Mm.
until men stop consuming, um, like you have to stop feeding the demand. Like,
Right.
and he talks
Women
about
women
how,
need to understand their power, right?
yes, yep.
Yeah.
Well, and he's like, he's like, what did he say? Something about, like what you were talking about earlier, like when we were growing up, he was like, oh, the only time we got to see boobs is if we had like a shared Playboy and nobody was doing anything inappropriate because you were in a room full of dudes. Like
Mm.
nobody, like it wasn't weird like that. But he would
Right.
say, but we also knew if we wanted a girl to like us, we probably needed to exercise. We needed to be athletic.
Mm.
We needed to maybe make a little bit of money. Or if we wanted to have a cool car to get a girl, like we had to make some money. Or we had to communicate with them. We had to go up
Yeah.
to them and talk to them, not just message them through Messenger and just speak in a derogatory way. So in
Right.
this, what, last 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
we've had this big shift of men who aren't confident now. They don't want
Yeah.
to go and talk to women, or they don't have the social skills to do that. So they
Totally.
keep feeding into the social media and the OnlyFans, the messaging. But then women are also, let me send you pictures of my boobies.
Right.
But where's the part where people are like, well, I want to meet with you. Like, let's go on a date, get to know each other a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no depth.
Yes. So like we're feeding that, and like I don't know if anything of if any of that stuff made sense of what I
Yes, a
just said.
thousand percent. Thank you for putting words where I could not. Um, have you guys seen that video? It's like it's been circulating on YouTube for a long time, but it's a KGB defector and he's breaking it down step by step how to destabilize a society.
Mm,
And it's literally everything that's happened since I was born in America.
mm-hmm.
Like it's incredible, right? Like just demoralize, break up the family system, um,
Yep.
inject all of these things into the society. So, people lose their values, they don't
Mm-hmm.
understand their worth.
Yep.
There's a dude with a podcast, and he regularly has like a whole round table of OnlyFans women, and then they
Mm.
debate. Have you seen what I'm talking about?
I think I have, because they have other like, yeah, they have people that like debate them, or
Uh-huh. Like Charlie
um
Kirk's been on it,
yep,
and
Candace
like,
Owens.
yep, yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, and that's always really interesting to me, right? Because I can really sympathize with women who do porn. right? Like you're desperate, you need to support yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
probably need to support a kid or two or more, right? Like, and you don't have help from a father. Um, and that could so easily have been me at any point along my journey.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I never did it is just because it gives me the ick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my heart breaks for anyone that has to do that out of survival. And then it's
Right.
like when they do that, the amount of money that these women are making on OnlyFans a month is freaking insane. And you're like, well, yeah, of course you're gonna do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
we
And
all
then I think that goes to the other end, like where do our morals, how much are morals and values worth
mm,
financially? Because right, like
great.
I
Yeah.
want 30, $40,000 a month,
Hell yeah.
but I don't,
Same.
but at what's the expense
What's
going
the
to be to my
cost? Right.
morals, values, and to my family, into my pride? Um,
Mm,
what's that? Like what's more important? And so far, those have been more important to me than money.
yeah, agreed. Agreed. But also just the thought of like anyone I know seeing me naked is like the creepiest thing I could think of.
Well,
But
which to me
also,
that goes back to values and morals. Like I'm not
totally.
going to allow people that aren't my partner. I'm
Yeah.
not going to allow people that, I'm not everybody gets to see me in this vulnerable state because not
Yeah.
everybody deserves
It,
the energy that I am giving out when I am being vulnerable physically with my
yes.
body or emotionally and energetically. Because
I
that's
wonder,
moral and that's a moral and a
yes.
value.
I wonder if they even see it as being vulnerable, right? Because, like, the whole women's movement of like taking your power back, feminism, like, what if
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them see themselves being naked, not as being vulnerable, but as being empowered? Because I could see that, right?
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Mm. It's such a bummer. Like I got boobs like first out of all my friends, and I remember the switch and I remember how uncomfortable all of the boys made me feel. And
Mm,
like I just rejected my femininity. So I became, I mean, I kind of already was pretty much a tomboy because I was trying to earn my dad's love. But I just was like, I don't want anything to do with being a woman. And like if I had grown up like a decade later, like I would have fallen into the trap of like uh I could have been trans so easily. Like I could see it so easily for myself of being like, okay, I don't want to be a woman, so I'll be a man, so I'll
mm,
take hormones and become a man, right? Like it's
mm.
so easy now for people to make that choice. When now as an adult I can look at it and say, thank God that this wasn't a huge thing when I was little because I would
Mhm.
have regretted that so much now as a
Mhm.
woman, owning my femininity and knowing what it means to be a female,
Mhm.
and being proud of my female body instead of scared of it or knowing that it could get me in a lot of trouble or
Yeah.
like cause me a lot of pain.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Kara? It's a
Well,
big
they come
topic.
in randomly, but I don't want to interrupt. And so now, no, I don't have a thought. I mean, I don't know how to explain the power that a woman's body has, how we can encompass that, how we can take it back. And then you had mentioned something about sending nudes or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so I have preached to my kids what they have done. That's their business, but never ever take a nude
Mhm.
or send it to somebody. I have
Yeah.
never sent a nude in my life. Never.
Mm-mm.
And it is such a sacred space that when you
Yeah.
have an intimate partner that really empowers you,
Yeah.
whether you're a man or a woman,
Mhm.
then you don't want to share that.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Mhm.
sacred space.
Mhm.
It is sacred.
And so
But look, yeah, go, 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 go.
I was just gonna say, just holding your power, holding it as a woman. You don't have to. portray yourself in a demeaning or pornographic way. It can be very intimate and
Right.
sacred. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that we've gotten away from that. So when we see porn, you're being set up, whether you're a man or a woman, to be let down.
Totally.
There's
Mm-hmm.
no, the only way to have true satisfaction is authentic intimacy. And so
Mm-hmm.
if you
Mm,
watch these things happen and their bodies are doing things, oh, my body's never done that. It's just it's unrealistic, and it's really
Right.
sad for
yeah.
our younger generations to grow up and say, oh, well, I just have to do this and this, and I can be
Yep.
an asshole. I don't need to send flowers. I don't need to ask the father for permission for a date. And maybe that's a
Yeah.
little outdated, but I would like to see the eyes of who is taking my child out. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's we've gone beyond that, and having a boy come to the door and meet the parents, it's important.
It
And
is
it's
Mm-hmm.
important
important.
for the boy to see that this young woman has got a whole group behind her, and
Yep.
so you better
Got goosebumps.
yeah,
Yeah,
take care
same.
of our
Yeah.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
She's cherished, and now it's my job as a man to step up and cherish her in the
Mm.
same way her family has cherished her.
Mhm.
Um, a friend of mine in high school, when a guy came to pick her up for a date, her dad came out with a shotgun.
We laugh.
I know.
That
But it
would
just
be, and
shows
that's
you,
like that's a balance piece where I'm like, oh, like
yeah,
don't do that,
right.
but like
Right.
have, he needs to come up to the door and
It
shake your
just,
hand and come
I'm
into your house, and
totally
you as the father need to have this conversation of these are the expectations. Because in the
like,
movies, right, we
yes.
laugh when we see it. We're like, oh, that poor guy, that you better behave. But like to
Yeah,
actually have that happen in real life, I think would be traumatizing and terrifying.
totally.
Or a 14-year-old boy to come up to pick up his girlfriend and have this group of people just like menacingly staring at him. But I also have two kids, two boys. So,
Right. Yep. I just wanted to show like how different the world has changed since I was a kid to now, right? Like,
yes.
um, when I got picked up for like my first date, um, I think he just waited in the car. And I'm like, why did I
Mm,
let that slide? Like I shouldn't have even gone. Like you can come to the door or you can go on this date by yourself, bro. Like, yeah, they don't know how to court. Like that's
mhm.
obvious, especially on dating apps. And so many of the dating apps are all like men just see it as like a sex portal, right? Like, oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
this is who I could have sex with tonight. And then I
Yep.
also have five other on the back burner where if this one doesn't work out, then I can go with that one.
Hmm.
Um, so I think it all just goes back to like the individual and knowing your power and knowing how sacred your body is.
Hmm.
Like as a woman, we are the portal that brings spirit to the earth, right? Like
Yes.
we grow a human inside of our body and then the spirit enters that baby body and it's new life on the planet. And um I mean, what a like why have men been persecuting women for thousands of years? It's because of the power dynamic. It's because
Hmm.
women hold this insane power, right? And it's very easy to be jealous of when your power is very different than our
Hmm.
power.
I grabbed a couple little notes from when like Kara was
Oh,
talking.
good.
So if we want to cycle or circle
Yes,
back to any of
please.
that, because Kara said authentic intimacy, and I was like, "Ooh,
I
what does
know.
Kara mean by that?" Like, Kara,
I
what's your
know.
definition of authentic intimacy? Because I really liked that. What does that mean to
Agreed.
you?
Um, so authentic intimacy is, I guess we would start, it's very organic. It doesn't come through a phone. It doesn't come through a text message.
Hmm.
It comes from eyes. It comes from vibrations. What's your frequency? What does your frequency do to my frequency? And
Hmm.
what is
Ooh.
it combine?
Yeah.
Um, I feel the only way you can get that is in one-on-one interactions. It's not
Hmm.
a text, yeah, nice. hi, how you doing today, whatever. But like to have that true connection, it has to be face to face, eyes to eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't fake it. And I think we're skipping all those steps when we just get a DM or we're on a dating app or whatever. We're skipping all those steps. Like
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to impress me to get me to go on out to eat or something,
Yeah.
because if you're just going out, you don't see what they drive, you don't see how they tend to their apartment or how they tend to their
Mm-hmm.
family, or
Yep.
you're just seeing something so superficial and so face value, that you can't get deeper than that
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
without going through the nitty gritty. Let's go for a walk,
yeah.
let's enter silence together.
Mm,
um so I think that we're missing that. And
totally. It's easy to project on an app. Like when I was on
Mm-hmm.
the apps, I would project myself onto them. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see this. Like, let's go on a date. And then within 3 seconds of meeting this guy, I'm like, get me out of here. Like,
Mm.
pull the ripcord. Like, I wish I had had the senses about me to just fucking walk out because this guy sucked. He was such like a weaselly energy. And I was just
Mm.
like, "Ooh, get me out of here, get me out of here," right? Like my whole body is revolting. But I sat there and was a nice girl and
Mm.
just sucked it up because I didn't want to hurt his feelings or get freaking killed because
hmm
uh this man-child's emotions are triggered.
Yep. Scary.
Yeah.
Well, and look
Yeah.
with social media too, it's just like everyone just portrays their best
Right.
self.
The
If it's
highlight
even their
reel.
resell, even if it's even their real self in the first place. Because I mean, there's a freaking show about catfishing. There's a
yeah.
Right.
show about people who lie online and drag
Yeah.
people along for months and sometimes years, and then
Right.
they realize that it's not might not even be the same gender, or it's like someone that they knew that was lying to them for months or a
Someone that they
year.
know. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. But I mean, I did like I do have a lot of hope for the men out there that are like in their conscious awareness and in their own power because a lot of those men are not engaging in pornography. Um,
Right.
at one of my jobs a few years ago, I was the only girl there, and it was an interesting dynamic. Um, but there were a couple of dudes there who I could like talk really deep with, and one of them, he was like a 19-year-old kid, and he was like, "I've never watched porn," and I was like freaking out, like, "That's incredible! Like, oh my God, do
Yeah.
you understand how rare that is?" Like,
Yep.
and he was like, I think he was yeah, he was engaged, so he was like shortly getting married after that. And
Mm-hmm.
like that's what makes me really grateful about growing up in the Midwest and not getting sucked into the mind control of like thinking I need to be in a big city and getting pulled away from that because I feel like we have held on to our family values better in the Midwest. We have held on to our self-worth and our self-esteem a little bit better. Um, I don't know. What do you think, Kara? Am I crazy?
Well, do you want me to answer that? We all are, and it's a
Yeah.
good thing. And it's a good thing. Um, I don't really know where to go with.
Yeah. What does it look like to be authentic? I think a lot of people, I think we're so pumped full of poison from every direction that people have a really hard time knowing how to even be their authentic self. What are some action steps we can give people to find that authenticity within yourself so you can engage with the world in a more authentic way?
Well, I think authenticity has been squeezed out of us since we were little.
Agreed.
We showed up and were kind of molded, told, guided, however you want to say it, who you're going to be and
Programmed.
what you're going to
Mm,
do. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's just now I'm starting to figure out what some of those fun things that make me who I am are.
agreed.
And some of us, I mean, it's hard to find time to figure out what you like. I mean, it
Hmm.
really is. When we're busy
Yep.
working, paying the bills, doing all the things, I think it's important to carve out a special time for you to sit down and think about it. Be quiet with
Hmm.
yourself. If you can
Mm.
only be quiet for 30 seconds, it's a start.
Yep.
And so when you do that, you start figuring out, who am I?
Yeah.
Where do I need to go?
Yep.
Um, and it's not easy. If it was easy,
Right.
we would all be completely authentic. But,
Right.
when we can get, excuse me, to a place of a higher authenticity, we are going to vibrate at the frequency that is highest.
Yep.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like what you said about like starting with 30 seconds, right? Because our society is so go, go, go and grind and hustle and all that horse shit.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and it's like since I've been on this healing journey, I have spent so much time alone figuring out, is this something that is true to me, or is this something that I absorbed from somebody else because it was the only way for me to feel loved. Um and so since I've been like decoding myself, essentially, like getting rid of shit that doesn't belong to me, and then clearing out more space to identify my core soul frequency, and like that's when you get to find out like what your purpose is, like what did God put you on this earth to do? What are your gifts? What's your medicine? How are you going to serve humanity? Um, Natasha, do you have any thoughts? My question for Kara was like, what are some practical action steps for creating your authentic self
Mm.
or finding your authentic self?
I definitely agree with what Kara said. And then
Hmm.
just to add on, I think we've talked about it before is, what are the things that you liked to do when you were young? And go
Hmm.
back to 7, 8, 9 years old and do those things. I
Yep.
think for me, it was, I spent, like, we lived on a farm. So I spent a lot of time outside and I still love to be outside
Yeah.
and go on hikes and do those things with my family. So I think that's a good spot to start for people is again to go, what did you enjoy when you were a
Hmm.
child? And then try to tap into some of those things. And then just learning, just being more aware of all of the new things that you can also be exposed to, either not just worry about, I only know about this. So I'm going to stick with this. Like just
Right.
be willing to try new things and different things and
Yeah.
and see how those go for you.
Yeah. Learning
And
new things and having new experiences allow you to figure out what you like and what you don't like, right?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Kara, go on yours. Sorry to cut you
Oh
off.
no, that's exactly what I was going to say is
Oh,
that the more
great.
things that you do, you're going to figure
Mm-hmm.
out what you like, but also what you don't like. Because
Yeah.
we might not know. We've never tried that. So,
Mm-hmm.
Or
and
ha
then the
even
other
had the
piece,
opportunity.
yeah, exactly. The other piece is I'm probably the only person that does not mind a train.
Oh, no, I've gotten there too. I've gotten there too.
Um, I just take that little bit of time. I mean, it could be 3 minutes, it could be 30 seconds, but just sit with yourself.
Hmm. In silence. Try
Hmm.
that. Try that
Yeah.
on for size. It's not fun in the beginning, but then eventually you're like, oh, like, because in the space, when you create that space, that's where you're going to be able to connect with your higher self. That's when you're going to hear your guidance team, or create the space for them to drop in or drop information in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gosh. I mean, I feel like there's so many different ways we can go with this. Um,
Well, we still had like safe partners was
Safe
something that
partners.
Kara had brought up. Like,
Yeah.
I think when you're looking at pornography and this imbalance that we're having, when we've talked about, women feeling like maybe the only way I can get attention from a man is to,
Mm,
you know, show my body physically or whatnot.
right.
How do we, how do we teach women or guide women to understand their value and
Mm,
worth? And I think that big part of that is by them having a safe partner, male, female, whatever. How do you teach people to be safe partners? that's and what does a safe partner even look like? Like
Yeah.
when you were talking about, when Kara was talking about like intimacy and being with someone who makes you feel safe, it's hard to be intimate if you don't feel safe with that person in the first place. So it's like that hand in hand piece of getting that and learning about that person, like
Yep.
we were talking about before, like the courting process or, the
Yep.
chivalry end of things is, in order to want to be vulnerable or to want to be intimate with you, I need to also feel safe. So, how can
Right.
people as partners, men as partners, then create an environment that is safe, that can allow for that intimacy physically, emotionally, and that vulnerability space?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's really interesting, right? Because our caregivers set the tone for what we'll
Mm-hmm.
see as safe or not safe.
Yeah.
So, like, my thought is like, gosh, I wonder how many of the OnlyFans girls like don't have a strong masculine, like probably almost none of them have a strong masculine energy in their
Mm-hmm.
life because if they did, that masculine would want to protect her from putting herself out there in that way.
Mm-hmm. Or to be in a risky situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you grow up in danger, you don't know that it's a risky situation. You
Right.
don't know how vulnerable you are being or like how much risk you're.
Is out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, gosh. I wish this was an easy answer.
I think there's just so many like threads. It's like a spider web.
Right,
It's
right.
just everything's connected together, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to come up with like there's not one solution to the problem. It's a big,
Totally.
big, big problem.
And it's an individuated solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like each individual needs to own their power.
Yeah.
If everyone with like the snap of a finger could know who and what they are and where they come from, it could end
Mm-hmm.
in that snap, right? Like if people remember, they would be like, "Oh, I'm not going to sell my soul, so to speak, because
Mm-hmm.
my soul is priceless.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna put myself out there in this way because there's a million other options for me. Um, mm,
When
I'm
I think of
curious.
like the imbalance of it as with a is looking at, I have sons, right? So I have to raise my sons to be respectful of women and girls.
Hmm.
And that no means no, no matter what. That's been something I've told my kids, my oldest, since he was like 4. If somebody
Yeah,
doesn't want to give you a hug, they don't have to give you a hug.
right.
If somebody doesn't want to give you a kiss, they don't have to give you a kiss. Same goes for you. If you tell somebody no, that means no. No means no, no matter what. And to
Hmm.
start when they're that young, to have that expectation of, if somebody doesn't want to shake your hand, they don't have to shake your hand. If
Hmm.
somebody doesn't want to have sex with you, they don't have to have sex with you.
Hmm.
Because no means no, no matter what. But
Yep.
if we're raising boys with no direction or no um, ability to see outside of their own thought process, hormones, because people are, well, it's boys will be boys. No, boys will be whatever you fucking let them be. If you tell them that no means no, then they know that no means no. If you tell them that they can do whatever they want to, they're going to fucking do whatever they want to. That's the problem. Is
Hmm.
that I don't think parents want to parent, or maybe they don't know how to. But like
Right.
we've talked about before, if you experience something that you didn't like, then do the opposite of that. Don't
Right.
continue to parent in that way just because that's what you know.
Right.
And then I think, and I don't know, I don't have daughters. Parents of daughters need to, this is the value that you hold. Your body is not something that should be given to anybody. Like
Mm.
you get to decide how you will use that, but you should have value within that as well.
But
Yeah.
it's so hard because so many young women associate any attention from the masculine energy as positive.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, for them to grasp it is really, really hard. It's in theory, of course. But
Right.
Hmm.
when they didn't have a strong masculine um, person helping raise them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they didn't get that attention. And so now
Right.
they're trying to get it from anywhere. And it's
Yep.
Yep.
very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you put your, I'll just speak from experience, you put
Mm-hmm.
yourself in really sketchy situations just
Mm-hmm.
trying to feel,
Loved,
yep,
cared
Loved.
for,
yep,
nurtured, that you were important.
cherished.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Totally. Totally.
And that's what makes it so big and so hard, right? Is because we can
Mm.
see it on this big, huge social level. And one parent teaching or guiding their child in one way seems very daunting when you look at the whole rest of the world.
Totally.
If there's these opposite ends of the spectrum, or like I said, just having uninvolved fathers is huge, huge for so many. It's a huge um oh, what's the right word? Disruptor for many
Yeah.
things, for
Oh
many
God, yeah.
parts of sons' lives, daughters' lives, of
A healthy
um
society.
yes,
Like
yep, yes,
men are supposed to provide and protect. They're naturally wired for that. And
yep,
the whole reason there's a huge male loneliness epidemic is because they don't know their role
yep.
and they don't know how to show up in the world.
Hmm. Yeah. Said provide and protect for sure. And if you can't,
Yeah.
or if, like I said, if they're unable to or unwilling to, like that doesn't just impact them, it does impact the world around them and their kids, sons and daughters, and society. Because now we have this society where so many women are over over masculine, but it's to
Right.
compensate for us not feeling safe and secure in the rest of
Yep.
the world, kind of waiting for the men to say, okay, it's our responsibility to be handling some of
Yeah.
these situations and
Yeah.
start taking more control and step into
Yes.
that power and masculinity. Because I think if more men
Mhm.
stepped into their power and masculinity, then the rest of us could soften and then would
Totally.
allow that to continue.
Yes.
Like, take
Totally.
care of me, that's fine. Like, go fucking kill the woolly mammoth, bring it
Mhm.
home, I'll chop that up, I'll cook it.
Yeah.
But you need to do that part first so that I can do
Right.
this part.
Totally. Totally.
And I think pornography cycles back into all of that too, because they don't have to
Agreed.
put forth effort
Yes. And
in creating their persona or working on
yes.
themselves or being communicative.
And that's how men become masculine is by going out in the world and doing. That's why their
Mm-hmm.
hormones run on a 24-hour cycle, is because they're the doers, they're the builders, they're
Yeah.
leading in the physical realm. That is their divine assignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And women lead energetically or spiritually. And I think men are jealous of that, maybe probably unconsciously, because it is an incredible power. It's like it's indescribable. Um, being a psychic medium and just getting random downloads and just knowing shit, it feels incredible. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like there's a reason I chose to be a woman this time here now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like there's beauty in both, especially when you can zoom out and see the divinity and see the divine design and not reject that. Like I feel like feminism really taught us to reject
Mm-hmm.
that energy, and that really freaking sucks, right? Because like we're all discombobulated. We're all full of mind viruses, and we don't know who and what we are, and we don't know how to get back to that. And I think that's like what this whole awakening process has been like, right? Like it really amped up in 2020. And I feel like there's a huge wave again now. And more people are like taking their power back and they're saying enough is enough. Like we
Mm-hmm.
have to figure ourselves out because we can't keep build it like we can't keep upholding these systems that are keeping us imprisoned and keeping us in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about we briefly touched on it on an episode before, but recently in the news there was a report of this
Hmm.
porn website where husbands are drugging their wives and then recording having sex with them
Hmm.
when they're unconscious. Like the rage,
Yeah.
the rage. Um, and it's interesting, right? Because I feel like we're being polarized.
Hmm.
Um, I'm very curious to know how men feel about that because there's plenty of good men out there that are not
Right.
doing this. And I would love to know from one of them what how that makes them feel.
Yeah.
Because men are the ones that need to keep each other in check, right?
Hmm.
Like iron sharpens iron. So if you see a
Yep.
brother slacking, you whip him into shape.
Yep.
That's the beauty of masculinity is they learn by doing, they learn from each other. Um, but I also feel like we really got away from like respecting our elders
Hmm.
and like respecting that knowledge that comes with experience.
Well, I know I brought the website thing up to my husband, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What?" He was completely like floored, disgusted. He was like, "What? I've never
Mm,
heard of anything like that." He's like, "That's fucking gross. Like,
yeah.
why?"
Yeah.
The just the thought pro well, just any type of assault. What to wrap your head around the fact that someone can do something to someone when they're unconscious, crying, sobbing, screaming is astounding to me.
Right.
And to like there are a lot of great men out there. It is so hard to wrap people's heads around how that is um how you fall into something like that. And we were actually watching a movie last night. And there was a scene in the movie where a woman was being assaulted while unconscious, and then the next guy was like, "Oh, I'm after you." And we like looked at each other, and we've of course like we've unfortunately seen that portrayed in medias before. And Chad was just like, my husband was like, "That's the fucking so fucking weird. Like,
Hmm.
does that happen a lot?" And I'm like, probably. Like, or
Yeah.
are is it like hyper portrayed? I don't know
Right.
what percentage is. Like, I don't know statistics on things like that, but just
Right.
like, because we had that conversation, I said, they're just standing there. Like, these other men are just standing there watching. You're watching your friend have sex with someone while they're unconscious, and then she's waking up saying no. And then all you're going to say is, my turn is next. Like, does that shit happen? Because my husband's like, I've never been involved in something like that. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Pretty fucking gross.
But like you said, the iron, like, where's the accountability?
Yeah.
When your friend is fucking off, when do you say, okay, that's not what we do,
Yeah.
instead of going along with it or just leaving the room? Because that's that whole bystander thing too. Like, but then if you look at pornography, and with this, it's this degradation of women. Women are just objects. Women are
Right.
just to be used for what you would like to. So when we have access to pornography all the time and you watch things like this happening, then you become desensitized to it.
Yeah.
And within this film, it was supposed to be to show like obviously like the cruelty of it.
Right.
But are we also desensitizing ourselves at the same time
Hmm.
when we see it and get disgusted, but then what's changing?
Right. Totally. I remember when I was a kid, I was watching a movie and they didn't it wasn't graphic at all, but they implied that these boys were raping this girl with a pool cue.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so young and I just remember my whole body like freezing in
Yeah.
terror. Like this is insane. How could
Yeah.
anybody do that?
Right. And it's portrayed in a lot of movies. Like a lot of
Right.
movies portray gang rape.
Right. And we need to be honest with ourselves about how television and film affect us, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
we have mirror neurons, and so we take information in and it becomes part of our wiring
Mm-hmm.
or our subconscious programming, right? Like when you play a video game and you're like playing a war video game and you're killing a bunch of people, your subconscious does not know that that is fake. It does not
Right.
know that that
Right.
is a simulation. So
Yep.
your subconscious is like internally, your body is processing the fact that you just killed
Mm-hmm.
X number of whatever, right? And so when you see rape or assault, I should say grape because it's YouTube. We don't want to get
This one might not make it there. It might not be on there very long.
yeah. Um, it's just we all have to be very diligent with what we're taking in and what we're letting
Mm-hmm.
our kids take in. I feel like we should touch on hypersexuality because
Mm-hmm.
our society is so hypersexual. Um, and that's a problem because that's not
Yes.
normal, right? Like it's a root chakra wound and a sacral chakra wound. Like
Mm-hmm.
we are perverting creation energy. Like this is a sacred energy that you can use to create not just humans, but like businesses, homes, whatever you want to create, right? Art.
Mm-hmm.
And we're spending that carelessly on other things. Um, and it's a real bummer because um think about what you could do with your creation energy if you knew your power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're all three of us are figuring that out right now and we're having
Yeah.
big things happen and it's like very
Yeah.
exciting and it's like almost shocking what our power is, right? Like it's almost discombobulating. We're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down, this is crazy. But it's so cool at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I think the hypersexualization has that fine line too, because on the one end of the spectrum, it's like, well, why are you dressed like that? Why are you wearing that? Like, do you need the T-taws hanging out? Do you need your shorts to look like underwear? Probably not.
Right.
But then the other end of like, why do I have to, um, why can't I wear the things that I want to wear? Because
Right.
like we have these opposite ends of the spectrum where if you were to say, well, the girl got suspended because her shorts were too short. Well, she should get to wear what she wants to wear. But to what extent is that appropriate at the same time? Like why like that's why there's rules
Right.
too. Um I don't know. I feel
I
like no
know
matter
it's
what you
tricky.
try to say,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's going to make you feel as if you were choosing a side
Mm,
or that you're either too prudish or you don't have a standard or a value.
yeah.
Um
You're not progressive enough.
yes.
Yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
get assaulted wearing fucking turtlenecks and jeans.
Right. Totally.
You know,
Totally.
I don't
Yep.
know. Because yeah, but the
Yeah.
hypersexualization is that I don't know. That's that social piece too. Because if
Well,
we
yeah.
can hypersexualize people, then we can again we are um, desensitizing people to that as
Mm,
well. Or you can't say anything because then you're being um, then you don't want women to have rights.
right. You're not being a
Like it's so
feminist.
fucking end
Yes.
of the.
Yes. It's
It's like
absurd.
fucking one end of the spectrum or other.
Well, if we look at like Disney movies, there's penises in the clouds, right? So like it
Right.
starts when we're babies.
Right. Do
It's
not watch the
it's
fucking Little Mermaid,
subliminal,
people.
subconscious, right?
Don't
Like
watch the fucking
it's
Lion
kind of
King.
nuts. Well, yeah, I mean, if you fall down the rabbit hole
Right.
of, all of that, there's a lot to be
Right.
found. And it's
Yep. Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse.
yeah, it's wild. Truly inconceivable to a lot of us, right? Because like
Yeah.
a lot of us are pretty grounded and pretty balanced and stabilized and it feels like uh the chaos is so loud that like we can't ignore it, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
hypersexuality, the whatever what comes with pornography. Um
Well, and they just feed each other because that
yeah,
hypersexualization feeds into the pornography. So then
yeah.
women and girls think that in order to get attention from men, they have to be very scantily clad or have huge boobs and whatnot And
Hmm.
then then that's what they think that's what men are looking for.
Right. Yep. It's rough.
Um, yeah, the everybody seems to be more hypersexualized, and it's just for a replacement for the feeling of love. And so
Right.
we're just swapping those out. So they may not want sex or that sort of attention, but it's attention.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're so
And
starved for attention.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. What was the last bullet point on that little note of yours?
Oh, chivalry and courting.
Chivalry and courting. Yeah, I want to be
Hmm.
courted, of course. But do they even know how to do that? Like, nobody taught them.
Right. Well, and I think that's where that's that parenting piece that comes in. Is like we have to set the standard and expectation that this is how you do handle something. You will go when you do go on a first date, you do go to the door and you knock on the door and you shake. Well, we live in like a small community, so everybody knows everybody. What I think of that with my oldest is like, um, when you do go on a date, I even asked him at Valentine's Day, like, is there anything that you want to get for anybody? And he was like, oh, I don't know, maybe Chase. That's his best friend. And I was like, you want to get anything for a girl? Oh God, no, they are. So he still thinks they all have cooties, which is
Cute.
fine.
Yes.
But teaching him, if you want to get something, a Valentine for a girl, like let's go get something. Like let's do this little gift to show her that you like her. Or
Yeah.
go it was so cute because earlier in the basketball season, one of his one of his teammates is dating one of his classmates. So he's an eighth grader and she's a seventh grader. So
Ooh.
cute. Her dad brought her to the basketball tournament and they stayed the whole day so she could watch her
Aw.
boyfriend play in the tournament. Dad didn't drop her off. Dad stayed and he was like watching the games and stuff too. And I was just thinking, that is the cutest freaking thing
That is so
that
cute.
dad brought her. She'd never come to our tournaments before or
Yeah.
anything. And dad brought her and stayed the whole entire day. And she went with her girlfriends. You could see dad was sitting about, 10 feet away. He
Yeah.
was taking his space, but that's also teaching that son, that boy, her boyfriend, we will be here and we'll come and watch and do these things, but I will be paying attention to how you're acting and treating my daughter.
Yes. Well, the piece I would love to drive home for men about the chivalry, it's like the situation is so dire. You can make
Mm-hmm.
yourself the top 0.001% of men because people aren't doing this.
Right.
So, like, if you like want a high value woman, it's not that hard. It's
Right.
really
It's
not
not.
that hard. Like, you just have to
Sadly,
put in some effort.
our
Sadly, yeah.
expectations have also dropped
Right.
ridiculously.
Right.
When I first
Yes.
met my husband, like and he still does, I don't carry bags out to my car.
Mm,
When I come home with groceries, I call him and they all come out. Not
mm,
just my husband, my kids come out and they also haul things. And I don't haul bags. Like when we go spend the night somewhere, I
yeah.
don't haul bags into wherever we're going. My husband
Cute.
does.
I love that.
And from the first time, like when we first met, I had a bag and I went to carry it and he grabbed it and I said, well, what are you doing? He goes, I'm carrying your bag. And I said, well, I can fucking carry my own bag. And he goes,
Mm.
not when my mom's here. So
I love
since then,
that.
yeah, because his mom taught him, like, nope, you
Cute.
carry her bag. Every
I
time we
love
go somewhere,
that.
my husband is carrying something, hauling something, because I don't
I
take
love
things to my
that.
car or back from my car. I'll
That
bring my
makes
shit
me,
in if I have it, but
right, right.
yeah.
That makes me think of something. We had like a family reunion many years ago, and we had a bunch of coolers in the back of our car. And so, like, we were getting ready to haul it in, and my dad kept telling me, like, get your cousins. Like, I have a ton of boy cousins. Get your
Yeah.
cousins to bring it in. you're not bringing it in. And I was like, I'm bringing it in. I want to lift weights. Like, I want to get a good workout in, right? Like, that's where my head's at. I'm like, I want to do it. Let me do it, right? It's like that toddler piece of like me not getting to do things for myself as a
Mm,
little kid. So now as an adult, I'm like, no, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. I need to do it
yep.
my way. And I wish I could have seen it then as like, this is appropriate and
Hmm.
let these men be masculine.
Yep. Or expect them to be masculine for
Yeah.
if you have to, but then also you allowing yourself to be feminine
Yeah.
instead of taking over, which is what we're all trying to like, because that's the
Right.
pendulum swing that we're trying to pull
Right.
back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Kara, your face lit up um a little bit ago when we were talking about chivalry and like how, how not that many people
Um,
are doing it. Do you have
no, not at all. Well, and then like what Natasha was saying about her husband, like yesterday I got back from being out of town and my man's he's not good without me. It's so
yeah.
funny. But anyway, he hears the garage door and I get out and by the time I'm starting to get bags out, he's at the door grabbing my bags
Yeah.
Mm,
Yep.
and
Yep.
bringing them in. Um, just those little small things, can I pick anything up for you? But like
Hmm.
when you don't start there in the beginning of a relationship, how do you get that?
right.
Hmm.
um and so and people's expectations are getting smaller, I think you said, Natasha.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's true. I've watched,
Yeah.
you see some relationships and you're like, you don't have to do that. Like, that's not
Hmm.
good enough. It's just because he doesn't cheat on you, which
Yeah.
is a
Right.
fucking
Doesn't mean
bare
that he's a
minimum
great guy.
standard.
Yeah. It's
Right.
He
insane.
he's not the perfect dude. That's a minimum
No.
standard.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I feel bad for people who get into that situation where their expectations are so low that, well, he doesn't cheat on
Mm,
me, he doesn't hit me, so things are good.
yeah.
And
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't do
it
that.
No,
it shouldn't be like that. It should
it
be
Mm-mm.
shouldn't.
like your energies, like vibe.
Yeah. I think with the chivalry end too, it's I think women have to start creating an expectation more too.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I get complimented on my kids holding the doors open for people. That
Mm,
makes me so frustrated because
yeah.
I don't think that my kids I shouldn't be complimented as a parent
Right.
because my kid opened a door for a grandmother, for an
Right.
old woman. That should just be a
Mhm.
basic standard and expectation. I have people
Mm,
tell me that constantly because my kids open doors for people
mm.
and they are taught to stand there and they wait until everyone else goes. My littlest one, he holds the door open at the school. I'll be like, oh God, please. Like there's
Here
40
we go
fucking
again.
kids coming. I just sit in the chairs. You guys have sat in the chairs. I sit in
Yeah.
the chairs and just wait for him to be done holding the door open for everybody. But I
Mm,
also know that's what I wanted. That's what he should be
right.
doing.
Right.
And
Totally.
every person that walks in tells him thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So
Too. So then
sweet.
he's being reinforced. But this whole
Yeah.
like courting, talking to the parents, spending time in a communal space. Because I've always thought too, like when Brantley starts dating or has like a girlfriend, he likes to be down in the basement. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Like we're gonna all
Right.
be up here. Like that will have to change.
Yeah.
But seeing what things look like and how communication happens between people and yes, you hold a door open. You ask, do you want anything from the gas station or the grocery store? It's just the
Natasha's
basic,
love language. Do you want anything from the gas
give
station?
me some food.
I need a bubbler, please.
I need a bubbler and a candy bar. I can smell my banana. I made 3 loaves of banana bread. That's what I had to step out for because I'm
Ooh,
like, I can smell my banana bread. It smells good.
yummy.
But men having that standard and expectation too, like it's not hard for you to open up the door. But at least
Right.
for me too, like the bigger end of like masculinity is taking care of your physical body. Like
Yeah.
I like that my husband exercises and works out. And like he has our entire relationship. When I met him, he's not this big, huge meathead dude, but
Yeah.
he has continued to work out his entire life. That when you think of like the safety, survival, the attraction,
Right.
that primal piece, that's what I like. I like knowing that
Yeah.
my partner is like fit and that
Yeah.
he looks good
Yeah.
because that's just a fucking basic piece of that, right? Is that
Hmm.
attraction.
Yeah.
Um so like, if a guy was like, well, what does a woman want? That's what I want as a
Mm,
woman because not only is it like looks nice, looks good, but I know that you are trying to make sure that you're here for a long time too.
yeah.
You're not just going to turn into a wart on a toad's ass and melt into the fridge or until into the couch. But like you're showing that you are putting forth effort so you can be here and be healthy for a
Yeah.
long time. Because I don't want to wipe,
Yeah.
I don't want anybody else wiping my ass when I'm old, but I surely don't
Right.
want to fucking wipe yours.
Right. Right.
So like taking
Right.
care of your physical body
Yep.
and
Taking
just
like pride in that.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
you only get one. So
Yeah.
what do you want to do with it? Like, do you want to be in a long term? Because if I'm thinking long term, I want to be doing shit when I'm 80, 90 years old.
Again.
I don't want to like wait, like go do shit by myself because you haven't taken the time throughout your lifetime to take care of your physical body. So I don't know.
Yep.
What do you guys look for? If you're thinking, if we're giving men hints on how to like
Yeah.
be
Be
chivalrous,
be a masculine man.
yeah.
Or like be a man that women are like gonna see as high value, I think is how we should do it.
Yeah.
Um, like for me, the most attractive thing is like your masculine drive. Like, what's your job? Like, what's your
Mm,
mission? How do you serve? Like Natasha and I talk about this a lot. We are very attracted to like blue collar men, right? Like
dirty.
getting out
They're
there,
fucking dirty.
yeah, getting their hands dirty, getting all calloused. Like there is nothing sexier to me than a man on a roof putting shingles on, right? Like,
Right.
ooh.
Let's construction season is upon us. Go get our little lawn
Mandy's cat
chairs.
calling.
I need to work on my whistle. Um
I'll help you. I'll help Kat call those shirtless men in the
um
hot sun, beaten
yeah.
down, with the sweat rolling down the pecs.
So I've
Um
talked a lot how my man is a man's man, right?
Yes.
mm,
But like, if I go out of town or anything like that, I come home to a spotless house.
Yes.
Like,
Pride in
response.
his pride in his place.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
yes. And there's nothing sexier than a man
Right.
doing dishes.
Or
Mm-hmm.
cooking for us.
Yeah.
Like when we came to Natasha's and Chad was on the grill making us all lunch, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
This is like, there's nothing better than hanging
And it
out
was
with
so
your
natural and
people.
fluid.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we expected that from him. It's like it felt like he wanted to do that for us.
Yes.
And so then we just got to receive. And like
Yep.
that's like the epitome of being feminine, like right, those feminine and masculine roles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a man being good in the kitchen, that's also very sexy. You can see by my double chin that I very much like to eat my food. I've never
Well,
had that much trouble making it a double chin, so I don't know what the deal is today, but
well, and I don't think it's just like that they're doing those things. It's the underlying that they are taking pride in what they are offering too. Like,
yeah,
here's what I like. I
they
made
value
this.
their own energy,
Yes.
so they're providing value to you through their actions.
Yep. Because it's not to me. I don't think any of us think it's just the action of doing dishes, right,
Right.
Kara?
No,
It's like
No.
it's the fact that
it's
you,
the
when
vibe.
I'm gone, took the initiative
Mm,
to do something that keeps this space calm,
sacred. Mm,
yep, and sacred and safe, and that you just honoring the space that you live in because that's a reflection of who you are too. It's not just the
yeah.
house that you live in, but the house that you live in.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care
Mm.
of both of those houses.
Yeah, I also see the house you live in as your values and
Mm-hmm.
your moral compass, how you treat people. That's another huge turn on for me. Is like, is a man respectful to, and like, does he treat people, um, like for me personally, when I'm walking in the world, I feel like it's my job as a child of God to treat everyone as a child of God. And I
Mm-hmm.
want a man to do that also. Like, are you treating the server with respect? Are you
Yeah.
treating the gas station attendant with respect? Are, like, etc.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah. It's not hard,
it's
right? Like there's
not.
not these
It's
big
so
standards.
easy. I feel like it's
Yeah.
so easy to be a high value a man, but it's just we've been so pumped full of poison and programming
Hmm.
that we're all freaking lost to a certain
Yeah.
degree. And now we're figuring that out and we're trying to remedy the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, any last like turn on, like what are some other markers of a high value man? So like in my family, um, my dad's the youngest of nine. His oldest brother, gosh, I wonder if he's 90 yet, or maybe he's gonna be turning 90. That man has worked his entire
Mm.
life, and because of that, he is the healthiest one of all of his siblings because he never stopped working. He never stopped dancing. He goes out every Saturday night with his lady and they dance. And he's done that like my whole life. And
Yeah.
like I I would like I need actually do need to start going. We have line dancing up here and we have swing dancing. I need to start going because that would be the perfect place to meet a man.
Yes.
Like,
Especially a dancer.
yeah, cute. Okay, you guys got any other green
Mm-hmm.
flags? Turn-ons? Light me up.
No, what you said about how do they treat the world, that is like on
Hmm.
point. Like how they treat other people,
Yeah.
Yeah,
animals, the earth. Like,
the
are you
earth.
authentic? Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you understand what you're a part of? Do you understand that you affect everything around you?
right.
Hmm.
Mm. Like as a woman, I know that I could shift the energy of every room I walk into because I know my power, I know my heart. Um, I wish men understood that too. Like if you walked
Hmm.
into a room and you're in your power, like the way women will be able to just melt and soften, like
Hmm.
it drives me so crazy when men like want a woman to be feminine before they're masculine. It's like, no, 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 bro. You're
Hmm.
leading in the physical. You have to create that safety for her in order for her to
Yep.
feel safe enough to soften and be vulnerable.
Hmm.
Mm, okay. I feel like we've been talking for a long time. Josh, do you have any
It
other
was a
notes
big
that we
one.
should? It was a big one.
Hmm.
Do you have any other notes we need
Those
to
were just
clean
the
up?
ones.
Okay.
Authentic intimacy, safe partners, chivalry, courting, and then hypersexualization.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, there's a ton of rehabs popping up now that are centered around porn addiction and phone
Yes.
addiction.
Yep.
Um, so like, if you use porn as a coping mechanism, understand it for what it is, understand what you're coping with, and how are
Hmm.
some other healthy ways you can discharge that energy, right?
Yep.
Um,
Well, and
I
value, understanding your own value and worth, I think, like you've mentioned
yeah,
before,
yeah.
is that big piece. And like what are you disconnected from that you are using that as again like a mechanism for value or confidence
Mm.
or whatever that could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of the programming in our society is like, um, what makes you a man is how many women you've slept with or how many women
Mm,
you could sleep with. And it's like, well, that's something we
yeah,
have to shift. We have
because
to
I
get
don't want to be with someone like that.
with a high
Gross.
body
Mm-mm.
count. Yeah. No,
No,
because
fuck no.
you don't understand
Oh,
energy exchange because
right.
you're merging your soul with somebody else when you have sex. Like that's literally what's happening on an energetic level. And that is above a lot of people's heads. That's very intimidating. That's so intimidating that people just block it out and won't
Yeah.
go there because it's too woo-woo or whatever the fuck they want to say.
Well, if they don't understand the energy of that, at least understand fucking STDs.
Right.
Come on, you guys.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, big one.
Big one today.
And that would be interesting to get a dude on here and have this
Yeah.
conversation again, just to see from that perspective,
Totally.
because the things that we might be looking for or what we feel like would be a high valued partner might not, how does that actually connect with what a man looks for in a woman?
Right.
Because we can't just, well, this is what I need.
Right.
Well, but what about what they need and how are we meeting in the middle to like to
Yes.
match that instead of
We need that Venn diagram. Like, where do we
yes,
intersect?
there's
How do we
overlap.
align here?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to find a dude to come and
I
chit
got
chat
one in
with us.
mind.
Cute. Love that.
Yeah, should be
Okay.
good.
You think that's good? Should we call it?
Yeah, we'll see if they take it off.
Yeah, yeah. Leave your comments.
Yeah.
Like what do you see? Like what are your green flags for men? Like how can a man embody high value? How does that look?
Hmm. Well,
Or like
any
if
comments on there
yeah,
too? Like, how does pornography impact? What are other people's thoughts on how pornography impacts
yeah,
male and female relationships and how we're cycling and contributing to this issue right now?
yeah,
And what can we do to stop that? Or what
yeah.
do we need to? How do we need to raise our sons and how do we need to raise our daughters?
Yeah, totally. Yes, please put that. So yeah, we're all gonna have to get used to this. Like, subscribe, share with a friend.
Like, subscribe, and share with a friend.
Leave your comments so we can
Comments.
further the
Down
conversation.
below. Leave your
Yeah,
comments down below.
I think that's why we started this podcast, right? Is so we could, one, be a part of the conversation, two, help drive the conversation, but
Hmm.
three, like encourage other people to be thinking about these things and like figuring out like what actually are your own values and
Right.
like all of the things. Okay,
And
cute.
normalize thinking in a different way.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we're gonna extend it a little bit longer. I got to see one of my favorite comedians this weekend, and she was talking about how she thinks it's so weird how normal or how easy it is to be on a stage and talk about sex in a room full of strangers, but then one-on-one, how uncomfortable it is to talk about sex. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, that's so true. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what a joke. Like what a big fucking cosmic joke on all of us that like
Right.
we've gotten so warped that we shy away from having these intimate
Yes.
conversations one on one, but in a big group setting we can talk shit like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Cute.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and if you think of a big group, how many people are, how much is it actually a conversation versus one person directing?
Right.
Where when you're in a one on one, there has to be like that exchange.
That exchange, right? That give and
Mhm.
take, right? Yeah, I think one more piece on men. Men really need to understand or learn how to receive. Men do not know how to
Mm,
receive. Just for my personal life experience, men have a really hard time taking care of their physical body. Like they will show up for work no matter what.
hmm.
Even if they should probably be at a doctor's
Right.
office figuring out
Right.
what the heck is going on with their knee or back or whatever. And that's because I come like both of sides of my family are very hardworking and they're like
Hmm.
in that manual labor. Like I have a ton of farmers. And my one of my cousin's husbands, he was like on the couch for 2 days straight because of a back thing. And I'm like, bro, like, don't stay on the couch. Go to a chiropractor. Go to a doc. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? And it's like such a stark contrast because it's like you're the provider for your family and you're doing a phenomenal job. So obviously we don't want you to change too much, but it's like if you're out with a back problem, that's going
Right.
to affect the future. Big, like,
Yep.
right? Like you have to be in tune with your body and you have to give it what it needs when it needs
Yep.
it.
And
Um,
that's a social issue too, is because
totally.
society has not allowed men to be,
Be
that made it normal. Like
vulnerable.
women
Right.
can go get facials and get massages, but men can't
Ah.
really ever.
Oh, I noticed that at the float spa. It was mostly women. And then the men, like, I would get to know them so fast because it's the same ones all the time. And I was like trying to study them and figuring out, like, I wonder what got them to actually come in here, right? Because they were all very successful. Like, I had one dude who was like a heart surgeon, and
Yeah.
he would let me ramble and talk about all the things. And he would ask me for advice on like meditation.
Cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I'm like, gosh, what's the difference here? And I'm sure he was just at like the beginning of his awakening and figuring stuff out. But
Hmm.
yeah, I've been trying to figure that out for a long time of like why certain men have an easier time nurturing
Well, I think
themselves.
with the area that we live in, it's just not socially acceptable. It's for
Yeah,
weenies.
right.
That's what people like to say. because we have
L7
these very,
moon.
very masculine roles
Right.
and very masculine
Totally.
careers here um
Totally.
that people are in. And they're
Yeah.
surrounded by other men
Right.
that don't take care of themselves either.
Yeah. And then you wonder why they're all freaking miserable.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if your body doesn't feel good, of course your attitude's gonna be shit.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Take
hello.
care of your body. It'll help
Yes.
you last longer, but you'll be hot too.
Yeah.
Get some muscles. Fuck.
You'll be hot
Win-win.
too. I love that. You'll be hot too. I'm gonna do that all the time now.
We're gonna change the name of
Okay.
the podcast.
Yeah. You'll be hot too.
I love that.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging with us today. We'll see you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.